and Java was the reason behind that. And Sun Microsystems named this script as JavaScript. Named this script as JavaScript. They haven't made any changes. Whatever Brendan Eich designed, everything in the same way. But as per the modern development requirements, they were making some changes into that. That's it. Everything was built as Brendan Eich built. And that is the reason we call Brendan Eich as father of JavaScript. He is responsible for JavaScript, and whatever he built, so that is used in JavaScript as it is, no changes. Some new things are coming, but no drastic changes. Everything is same, exactly in the same way. That means 10 years back how JavaScript was, now JavaScript also same with a little bit changes, some new few changes, that's it. That means at 10 years back, JavaScript developer will not feel that JavaScript has changed so much. So he will say that, okay, 1-2 points are here, there, simple, some changes happened into JavaScript, that's it, nothing special. So the point is, Sun Microsystems given the name JavaScript, but it doesn't have any relation with JavaScript. It doesn't have with the relation of Java. So, and Brendan Eich developed this and maintained by Sun Microsystems. And this language follows the standards of ECMA. It follows the standards of ECMA on. It follows the standards of ECMA. So Brendan Eich developed it, and Sun Microsystems started maintaining it. And every language should follow the standards, certain standards. And JavaScript follows the standards of ECMA. ECMA is European Computer Manufacturers Association, ECMA. And several languages follows the standards of ECMA. Not only JavaScript, several languages follows the standards of ECMA. They follow the standards of ECMA. So ECMA is European Computer Manufacturers Association. And we have ECMA script also. And now JavaScript follows the standards of the ECMA. Not only JavaScript, so many other programming languages also, so related to web, they follows the standards of this ECMA. So it follows the standards of ECMA. So Netscape Communications given the responsibility for Sun Microsystems to maintain that language. Later, so many things happened actually. So I will tell you the point actually. This is in the early 1995 and the standards of ECMA. After that, what happened is during the 1997 and 98, so Microsoft people came with a operating system called Windows 98. So they came with an operating system called Windows 98. So before Windows 98, they were having Windows 95, and they came with the Windows 98 actually. When they designed Windows 98, so Windows 98 was specially designed for internet. So it was specially designed for internet. And every Windows version is specialized in some certain concepts. Generally, you may don't know that, right? Suppose if I ask you, like, what are the features of Windows XP, if I ask you what are the features of Windows XP, and if I ask you what are the features of Windows 8, and if I ask you what are the features of Windows 10, you don't know. Do you know? Do you know the features? Huh? Do you know the features? Huh? That means, do you know the features? What's new in Windows 10? What's new in Windows 8? What's new? Why they have introduced this Windows 8, Windows 10? Generally, they might not have designed simply some other version and released it. Actually, for every version, they have different new features that are suitable for programmers, developers across the world. That means for a person who is using MS Office, MS Paint, or who is using Windows as just a operating system for his computer, for him it doesn't matter. But for the people who are developers building applications for various kinds of environments, for them these versions matters because some versions support something which is suitable for their development. Actually, do you know Windows XP came with a concept called plug and play. Plug and play. It was a revolution. Plug and play was a revolution at that time. Windows XP is very popular for plug and play. So Windows 98 was very popular with internet features. Plug and play means, so you plug a device, automatically it is ready to use. Suppose if you are a computer user of more than 15-20 years, that means from more than 15-20 years you are using your PCs, so not laptops. From more than 15-20 years you are using, you know the problem that, do you know when we were using the PC early days, we don't have USB, before USB. So have you used before USB? Before the USB came, have you used computers? Huh? Before USB came, have you used computers? You are not born at that time. Huh? So before USBs, so we have PS2. So we have PS2 mouse, PS2 keyboards. So PS2 keyboards. We have PS2 mouse, PS2 keyboards. All these were there. So all these were there. So technically, the point is now XP came with a feature called plug and play. That means earlier, do you know, suppose I switched on my computer and I am using my computer. Due to some technical reason, mouse stopped working. That means mouse failed. And I have to detach the mouse and attach a new mouse or a new keyboard. Do you know, once you detach and attach the new mouse and keyboard, they are not ready to use. You have to restart the computer. Do you know that? At least you know that. You know that after switch on, while using the computer, if keyboard or mouse is not working, then we have to restart the computer. So if you attach a new device, it will not work directly. This XP introduced a concept called plug and play. So even your computer is currently running and it is working, you can detach and attach the new devices. That is the plug and play concept. Why we discussing these points? Because when Microsoft introduced this Windows 98, they specially designed for internet. And earlier, Netscape have a browser. This Netscape browser was not free. You have to purchase and use it. We have to purchase and use it. And what Microsoft people have done is they introduced a free browser. They introduced a free browser called Internet Explorer. They introduced a free browser called Internet Explorer. And due to that, people started, because at that time, internet was very much trending and they have to buy browsers. And suddenly, Microsoft came with a free browser to promote their operating systems. And suddenly, everyone started migrating towards the Windows operating system because it was very convenient with a free browser like Internet Explorer with good graphical interface and all. So people started using Windows as operating system very popularly. And because of several free tools and free browsers they provided. Now, Internet Explorer also uses JavaScript. Internet Explorer also uses JavaScript. That means JavaScript belongs to Netscape. But it was very competitive for Netscape now. It was becoming a good competitor for Netscape. People stopped using Netscape at all. That's the reason what happened is in the year 2000, Netscape stopped its browser. Netscape stopped its browser and closed the company. In 2000, Netscape stopped. So Netscape was from 1994 to 2000. After that, no more Netscape. People stopped using Netscape. It lost its all popularity and people started using other browsers like now Internet Explorer, Firefox, and other browsers came, Safari and all this. They are all free browsers now. Now Netscape stopped its browser and also they also stopped JavaScript. That means Netscape stopped the browser and JavaScript also. And they given the responsibility of JavaScript to ECMA. They given the responsibility of JavaScript to ECMA, not to Sun Microsystems. So Sun Microsystems maintained that language. But finally, when Netscape closed its company, they given the responsibility of JavaScript to ECMA. They handed over to ECMA. And then what ECMA started naming it as ECMA scripts. They started naming as ECMA script. That means now ECMA took over this JavaScript. And they named this as ECMA script. That means now you are learning ECMA script, means it is JavaScript. Understood? Understood? Many people foolishly what they ask, do you know? So when we are learning JavaScript, they will ask like, sir, at the end of JavaScript, will you teach ECMA script also? So that is the question they ask. So we have to laugh. Why? Because that's what he have knowledge about JavaScript. That is the knowledge he is having about JavaScript. Yeah, many people ask that. So because they don't know. So that means they generally ask like, and not only that, many times even people will highlight that as a topic. Now they will say that I will teach you ECMA 6, 7, 8. So that's very silly point. Why? Because generally JavaScript is called ECMA script. That means JavaScript name is ECMA script. Now don't bluff the people that you are teaching something different, right? And something advanced. So JavaScript means JavaScript. Everything is there in JavaScript. From basic to advanced, whatever is there, that is ECMA script. And now what is problem? So the latest version of this script is ECMA 2020. This is the latest version of JavaScript. ECMA 2020 is the latest version of JavaScript. So now, very recently, they announced ECMA 2021 also, but it is preview release, not a professional release. It's a preview. So now the table is 2020, ECMA script 2020. So we call it as ECMA script 2020, ECMA script 2020. So that means you are learning ECMA script means you are learning JavaScript. Understood? JavaScript is ECMA, ECMA is JavaScript. So don't separate them, right? So the point is the latest version is this. Latest version is this. And now still companies are not using 2020. Companies are still using, in short, they call as ES. They are still using ES5, ES6, ES7, ES7. ES7 means 2017, is 2017, 2016, 2015. Companies are still using this. And if you are using these, that means early version was ES4. And ES5, ES6, ES7, these are having some advanced options when compared to ES4. So now ES4 and below, they are gone. ES4 and below, they are gone. We don't even recommend them anymore. So all are ES5, ES6, ES7, and currently mostly used version of JavaScript in companies everywhere is ES7. So ES18 is there, ES20 is there, 2021 is there, but still companies not using them. Only few, because they don't have drastic changes. They have only few changes. If anything drastically changes and that have a advantage, drastically changes and that have an advantage, then companies will directly migrate to that version. So that is the reason now companies are mostly using this ES5 and ES7. ES5, ES7 also only little change, small changes. And in ES8 and ES 2020 and ES 2021, nothing much changing. That's the reason if you learn one version, you can handle others also. Just you need to understand what's new in the latest version they are releasing. So technically, you can get that information from their official website. So ECMA have an official website. From there, you will get the official information about what changes they are doing. But you should know another important point that actually Brendan Eich developed this. And it is maintaining. So Brendan Eich developed it, but it is maintained by ECMS and ECMS standards. But Brendan Eich still have a group. So Brendan Eich is the person who developed JavaScript. So Brendan Eich have a group called MDN, Mozilla Developers Network. Brendan Eich is also popular not only for JavaScript, for Mozilla Firefox, the browser Mozilla Firefox that is designed by Brendan Eich only. Mozilla, he was CEO of Mozilla company for several years, but not now. So a few years back, he resigned as CEO from Mozilla, and he's the architect of Mozilla Firefox actually. And he started a group called MDN, Mozilla Developers Network. So this will provide professional information about HTML and JavaScript, information about them. That means the person who built JavaScript, he knows better than anybody else in the world about JavaScript. So that means generally you people have an habit of, so W3 schools, am I right? You have a habit of W3 schools like Tutorial Point. So if you want to learn HTML or JavaScript like things, you have a habit of this. W3 schools and tutorial points, such websites you refer actually. And frankly speaking, these are for school people only. These are for school kids. So not for professional developers. Understood? So don't come with a point that I have seen in W3 schools that this is topic like this topic is like that. That is a very basic level. And that is only for school kids learning HTML and JavaScript, not for professional developers. Professional developers always prefer this MDN. That is why it is developers network. That means here you will get all information about JavaScript correctly, because the person who is responsible for building JavaScript, this is his community. And here he gives you all information about JavaScript. So that means you can know about JavaScript from the person who built it. So that is the reason you always prefer this MDN, not W3 schools, tutorial point, YouTube videos and all these. Professionally, you will get correct information from this. So suppose you see here, we will Google here. So that is JavaScript MDN, and this is JavaScript MDN. And this is the official JavaScript MDN library. So that means this is from the people, this is from the person who built JavaScript. And you see the definition, what is JavaScript according to them, because these are the people who are responsible for JavaScript. And you see, they say that it is a lightweight, interpreted, or just-in-time compiled. It is interpreted also. Interpreted means line by line translation happens. Just-in-time or compiled programming language. So nobody says that it is a client-side scripting language. So, and it is known as scripting language for web pages only. Understood? That means it is known as scripting language for web pages only. Right? So, but it is not a scripting language. It's a programming language. And it supports features like single-threaded, multi-threaded, and single-threaded, dynamic programming, object-oriented. See, they say that it supports object-oriented, and it is not an object-oriented programming.